Welcome to your weekend focus for July the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, 2017. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I truly do send it right back to you. Now let's see what the energy is going to be for us this weekend. It's going to be a powerful weekend. Absolutely. We don't even need the cards to know that. We just need to look up at our sky. Okay, we have the full moon happening on July. For some of us, it'll be the 8th. For the majority of us, it will be the 9th. So we'll stick with July the 9th, 2017. But for some of us, it is the 8th. So full moon in Capricorn at 17 degrees. And we will have the sun in Cancer at 17 degrees. So it is about home, family, roots, our emotional foundation, our subconscious patterns, versus career, career goals, your public image, your success, your achievement, your goals, your desires. Look at this, we have the Seven of Swords as our very first card. So we don't want to rush into anything. We want to think it through. We want to understand what we truly need in our toolbox in order to go forward. We have the Four of Swords. This is rest and meditation. This is recharging our batteries. Look at that. Ace of Swords right smack dead in the middle here for our energy. The Ace of Swords, a new action, a new plan, new steps to be taken, new directions. And the Tower. I didn't think we could get away from the Tower card this weekend. The Tower is tearing down the old walls, rebuilding, understanding what is limiting us, and understanding how we can build a stronger foundation for sustained abundance, happiness, joy in our life. And the World card. World card is very, very that's a full moon card, if there ever was one, because it talks about the new path going forward. That we've come full circle. And there is growing that needs to happen. There's completions that need to happen. There is healing that needs to happen in order for us to step into the new beginnings. And remember, our next new moon will be Leo. So it is honoring our passions and our dreams and our desires and our heart center. It's planting those seeds. So with this full moon that's happening this weekend, we really need to allow endings, healing into our life, closure into our life, to be open to new experiences, new ways of doing, new ways of being. Let's start at the beginning, though. We have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, here we are, and we have left upon our journey. We have started out on our path. And since there is at least a windstorm happening here with the leaves going and the curtains blowing, we hit the storm really soon, and we really need to stop. We really need to say, okay, what do I truly need going forward? Where am I dissipating my energy? Where am I hanging on to things that no longer serve me or honor me or bring value into my life? And what do I need in order to go forward? Do I need education? Do I need to travel? Do I need to get with new people, like-minded people? Do I need to start that relationship? Do I need to take care of my health better? Do I need to make more time for spirituality or prayer or meditation or just grounding myself? What will make me stronger? What will bring out that self-confidence? The awareness of what I bring to the table. We have the Four of Swords. And this is rest and recuperation. This is new path that we are looking at, and it's going to take a new type of courage in order to go forward. So this is recharging our batteries. This is recuperation. This is prayer, meditation. This is reflection. And typically, this card is the soldier or the warrior that comes off the battlefield. And they take off their armor, they hang up their weapons, they lay down and they rest, they recuperate. And they realize somewhere along this resting and recuperation that when they arise, it's going to be a new world that they are walking into. No longer are we sleeping with one eye open. No longer are we looking over our shoulder constantly. No longer is there constant chaos, fires to put out. And so we have to make a brand new plan and brand new way forward. We have to take off the blinders to our routines, to what we've always done. Because if we keep doing it over and over again and expecting a new result, it's not going to happen. So this is a time when we have to really look at where we have been dissipating our energy. But more importantly, we need to look at what moves me closer to my dreams, my goals, my desires, one day at a time, one step at a time. Then we have the Ace of Swords right in the middle. So this is, it's almost like that sword came from the bowels of the earth and is shooting up to the heavens. So pay attention to your intuition. Our male and female energies are very balanced. And it may not be so balanced actually with the full moon, because it could be ego over emotion. And what wins out? What brings the most strength in? And it's bringing those energies to work together in harmony that we're going to see the greatest results in our life. That's when the true master plan appears. That's when the aha moment, that's when the epiphany shows up in our life. Now we have the Tower here. As we get closer to the end of the cards and closer to that full moon, we do have the Tower card. Now if, for some of you, it's July the 8th, 2017 for the full moon. And if you take July, which is the 7th month, and the 8th, it's a 15, plus the 1 for 2017 is a 16. It's the 16th card in the tarot deck. So, in some ways, this card can represent the carpet being ripped out from underneath your feet. In some ways, you see endings in your life where you weren't expecting it. Or maybe you are pushing towards that ending, that closure, that healing, maybe that needs to happen within your heart. Forgiving yourself, perhaps, for something that wasn't your fault in the first place, but you took on the burden, the dissipating energy. So the 16 is all about tearing down our walls, tearing down our perceived limitations, and understanding the way forward. Understanding where we have actually hampered our path. Or maybe we have been allowing somebody else or something else to slow us down, to not let us move towards our passions, our dreams, our desires. And remember, we are clearing house right now so that we can plant those seeds when the new moon arrives. So we don't want to take any kind of dissipating energy with us. We don't want to take negative energy with us. We don't want to take the chaos and the stress with us. So we really need to be honest with ourselves and look at our lives and understand what needs to go in our life, what doesn't bring in that happiness, that joy. And then we have the World card. And the World card is the full moon card, in my opinion, because it's saying we've come full circle. It's time to get ready to step into new paths. but this is the completion. This is the tidying up of loose ends. This could be where you decide to redecorate or redo the closets, or straighten up the garage or the basement or that junk room or that junk drawer. This could be where you are simplifying your life and understanding what is truly needed and what is not needed going forward. This is realigning yourself with the priority list, that things that take up our energy that we need to dissipate in our lives in order to have that space for something new to come into existence. Let's get our angels out here. Nine of Gabriel. Stay determined and move forward. Be prepared for any possibility. Environmental activism. So be prepared for any possibility. Stay open to anything that shows up in your path right now. If it rocks your boat, understand why it's rocking your boat. Are you supposed to move away from that? Are you supposed to have a conversation with that person? Are you supposed to perform a certain action? Are you supposed to pull away your energy? Are you supposed to put it forward? Stay determined and move forward. This is not a time to throw in the towel. This is a time to understand what really brings in passion and joy into your life, or what could if you allowed it. With the Four of Ariel, when you give, you also receive, being resistant to change, extremes in how you save or spend money. And it could be that you realign yourself thinking about your finances and where the money slips through your fingers and where it's really bringing value back into your life. And do you really need certain things in your life, or could you maybe sell them online? There's so many things to sell online now, right? You can do Kijiji, you can do Facebook, you buy and sell and swap and trade, and it's also giving is also opens you up to receiving so much more. Thinking about the person next to you. If you're walking down the street and you see somebody homeless, do you keep walking, or do you go into, because you have 10 minutes, you know you're going to be early, go into the coffee shop and get them maybe a green tea and a sandwich or a bowl of soup or a salad? I'm not one for putting money into the cup, because I want to make sure they have a hot meal in their stomach. I want to make sure they're getting fluids. I want to make sure they start becoming healthier in their life. I used to, at Christmas time, I'd always take the kids to, go and donate money to a charity that was bringing presents to a family that couldn't afford it, or a Christmas meal to a family that couldn't afford it. And as we went we were shopping and whatnot, and if we saw somebody that was homeless, I had gift cards bought from the fast food chains, McDonald's, and up here it's Tim Hortons, and whatever it was, and I'd have all these gift cards, and we would give the gift cards. It doesn't have to be much. It can be a $5 gift card. They can get something small to eat, something to drink, something to give them nutrition, something to make them stronger. And it makes you stronger in the process. Because if you've ever done that, especially bringing up my children and whatnot, they see a different side. Everybody, you don't know their story. You don't know how they got there. And maybe you don't have time to listen to their story. Maybe you don't have time to get involved. But maybe there's something small that you can do. With giving and receiving, it could be also within the family, within the workplace, within the community. Where can you give of yourself? It doesn't need to cost money. Maybe it's just a smile to somebody. Maybe it's a compliment to somebody. The Queen of Gabriel, you can do anything right now. Go after what you want and the ability to attract helpful people. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. So get out there and, socialize with purpose. To meet people, to get other people's viewpoints, opinions, see what they're interested in. Does it align with what you are interested in? You can do anything right now. Please believe that that is possible. We are in a 1 year. It's all about new beginnings. It's all about growing our independence. It's all about growing our strength. And what we decide on this year will have an effect for the next 9 years as we go through the numerology. Change your life. Look at this, the 16. Change your life. A sudden revelation that offers freedom. A sudden revelation that offers freedom. Whether or not you choose to embrace that energy or not is up to you. But a sudden revelation, it could be what somebody says to you, it could be your own thoughts, it could happen during meditation, prayer, it could be in a dream, it could be a billboard you pass, it could be an action you see. A sudden revelation that offers freedom. Break free of procrastination. This is not a time to say, well, maybe I'll think about that tomorrow. This is now a time to understand if it will work into your life, if you can incorporate it into your life, what it brings back in value to your life. Embrace the opportunities that change brings. One more. The Emperor. I can't remember the last time we had the Emperor in this deck. Stability and efficiency, taking charge of a situation, and ambitious plans. So ambitious plans, the Emperor is grounded. The Emperor is strong. The Emperor doesn't just make a decision and hope it's going to be better. It's going to be the right course of action. The Emperor thinks it through, makes a well-defined plan, understands who he needs to bring into the fold in order for his plan to be executed flawlessly. So yes, when you do that, when you follow your intuition, when you follow your higher wisdom, when you think through your actions, when you plan it out, when you investigate, when you research, that's when you can truly have the ambitious plans. It's truly when you can take the impossible and make it possible. And this weekend, we have this energy around us to do just that in our lives. Are we brave enough? Are we courageous enough? Do we have enough self-confidence? Do we have enough belief in ourselves, our talents, our abilities? Can we face the fears that hold us back? Because the Emperor is all about pushing through the fear. It's movement forward, but with a diplomatic viewpoint and a very spiritual, intuitive viewpoint. The Emperor is one of the strongest intuitives and one of the strongest diplomats in the deck because he combines his intuition and his higher wisdom to come up with the solution that's going to work going forward. Let's see what our wise animals have to say. Deep rest. Our little mouse in the hammock there. We haven't seen him in quite a while. Rest is not idleness. And to lie sometimes on the grass, under the trees, on a summer's day, listening to the murmur of the water, watching the clouds that float across the sky, is by no means a waste of time. Mouse says it's time for you to make time for laziness. You don't have to be constantly on the go after all. And with the moon in Capricorn, we are going to feel like we have to get things done, that we have to move forward, that we have to set goals and reach goals. And so we put a lot more on our plate than we usually will. So spend a little time each day or week doing something that you enjoy that is completely frivolous and fun. It could be just an afternoon laying in a hammock, reading a book, watching a favorite old movie, or playing with the kids. It's not a time to begin anything new, and that's so true with the full moon. It is a time for restoring your spirit. Sometimes rest doesn't necessarily have to be sleeping, but just quieting your mind. Take some time grounding yourself by taking a yoga class, gardening, fishing, spending time in nature. Spend at least 10 minutes a day meditating on just being in the moment. You don't have to physically be at your happy place to go to your happy place. It can simply be within your mind, and the more you practice, the easier it becomes. And that's very true. Um, if you do a small meditation where you take a couple of deep breaths in and slow down your breathing, hold it for a second, release through your mouth, in through your nose, hold, release, and do that 2 or 3 times, and then just have that even breathing. Okay? And count to 20 and promise yourself that your eyes will be heavy by the time you reach the number 20. And start to relax, start to feel that breath calming you, moving the energy through you, the negative energy away and the good energy in. And then count backwards from 10 to 1. Imagine a staircase and going down that staircase. And at the bottom of the staircase, when you finally say 1, you could be in a beautiful park, a meadow. You could have a room that's just yours. And the more you do that, the more it just becomes routine that all of a sudden you are in that garden, or you are in that forest, or you are in that clearing, or you are in that room. And that's where it's completely your space. And you can talk to yourself or bring in people to talk to about what worries you, about what's troubling you, about what's bringing stress into your life, of what you are grateful for. Nobody can be witness to you in this room or this space that you make up for yourself. So this is definitely a weekend, especially the beginning of the weekend, where we want to take time out to meditate. We want to take time out to pray. We want to take time out to reflect of the path forward, of what it can be. Maybe it's making the impossible possible. Do not throw in the towel right now. Do not give up on yourself. Believe that you have been led to this point, and now it may be that you have to overcome a fear, a worry, a concern, a way of thinking, a way of life, in order to really step into the new beginnings. And don't worry, there'll be time to prepare. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.